Welcome into this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Schultz here with you. Thanks for joining us. We got a quadruple dose. Yes, you heard that right. A quadruple dose of good news to start out 2025. We'll tell you everything that's going on with your Kansas City Chiefs in just a matter of moments. Before we do, folks, we are closing in on 65,000 subscribers here on the Chiefs Report. I would love to get there before the end of the regular season. We're just less than 200 away from reaching that next milestone. For daily Chiefs coverage, live shows, watch parties, Q&A mailbags, and more, you got to be subscribed to the channel. Best part about it, 100% free. Be a friend, tell a friend, as Pat McAfee would say. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. You'll be glad you did. The quadruple dose of good news comes on the injury front for Kansas City, leading into the final week of the regular season and into the playoffs. Andy Reid giving us update this week in regards to several players. We'll start with Pacheco. He said this. He'll be available playoff-wise. Yeah, he is tender. I probably should have mentioned that, but he is tender. And I'll probably hold him back here this week in practice just a bit so he can be fresh and ready to go. That's good news. Let's go to DJ Humphries now. Andy's saying this. You know what? He's doing good. I can't make any promise. I want to get him out to practice and kind of see where he's at. But he is doing good in his rehab part, as different than being on the field. So I like just to see how he does there. So very positive on that front in regards to DJ Humphries. How about Mecole Hardman, Jaylen Watson, Rashee Rice, and Skyy Moore? There's a chance Mecole and potentially Watson. I mean, potentially. That would be stretching. But the other two, Rice and Skyy Moore, no. So to recap, let's go through these one by one. Pacheco, everything's good to go. He is available, and we should expect to see him play in the divisional round playoff game. DJ Humphries, progress there. But still work to be done, but at least heading in the right direction with that hamstring injury. Mecole Hardman, the word that Andy used was potential. Same can be said for Jaylen Watson. Now, Jaylen Watson has been very adamant on social media that he is better than what people are saying. He is of the belief that he could potentially make that return. We shall see. Rashee Rice out, no surprise. We kind of all assumed that after the surgery that he had midseason that he wasn't coming back. And then Skyy Moore out as well, which should surprise no one that Skyy Moore is not on the football field, but that's neither here nor there. Compared to other teams this time of year on the injury front, the Chiefs are in a really good spot heading into the postseason. It's a battle of staying healthy, right? Attrition, as they say. A battle of attrition. Trying to find the words there. And when you look at where teams are typically at this time of year, everybody is kind of just falling apart. And in the Chiefs' case, they had so many injuries at the beginning of the season that now it's been the opposite for them compared to everybody else. They are getting healthier as they gear up for the playoffs, while teams like the Lions are much worse off than they were a few weeks ago. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't think the Chiefs have played their best football just yet. They are getting better week after week, but they haven't peaked. I think a team like the Lions, for example, they've peaked. I think their best football is probably behind them. The Chiefs are getting healthier, and their best football is still in front of them. That's a really good spot to be right now. Who will be the most impactful player returning from injury for the Kansas City Chiefs? I think there's an obvious answer here, but, we're open to anyone's opinion out there. Weigh in, let us know who you think will be the most impactful player on our pinned comment today, and let us know. Today's show is sponsored by our friends at PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. You choose two or more players in any given category, get the choice of more or less. Whether they're talking fantasy points in football, rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, all sorts of different categories to choose from. Go to prizepicks.com/SaleItS, promo code SaleItS. Get $50 to play for free. When you play $5, you don't even have to win to get the money. And on top of that, right now, PrizePicks is giving you up to 1,000 times your money. I got to tell you this. So PrizePicks, I went with this one for the Fiesta Bowl the other night. I had Genty to get more than half a rushing or receiving touchdown. Also went with Drew Aller to have more than 224.5 passing yards. If I put $20 down, both those hit, that turns into $40 on PrizePicks. You can play along with me. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. PrizePicks, run your game. Let's talk about Pacheco here for a moment. I am personally still waiting to see Pacheco at his full potential, at his full strength. And although Pacheco has had some flashes here and there since returning from injured reserve, we all know about the big run he had against the Raiders and all that, he still hasn't been his old self yet. And I believe that is coming sooner than later. History tells us with Isiah Pacheco, this guy knows how to turn it on, that he finds the next gear in the postseason. He has been one of Kansas City's most dependable players in the playoffs over the last couple of seasons, and I think he's going to turn it on again here in the coming weeks ahead. When you look at his numbers, it's surprising, right? Only averaging 3.7 yards per carry, 310 yards, and it's not all just him either with the injuries and all that. The offensive line obviously has had their struggles as well. But with that being said, I don't think we can dismiss the impact of Kareem Hunt as well. Between the two backs here, the Kansas City Chiefs have a good thing going. And I think that what we're going to see from Andy Reid and from Matt Nagy over these coming weeks is what we've seen at the end of the regular season, where they're going to go with the guy that has the hot hand. They're going to get the most out of both of them in the run game. It might be Pacheco one day. It might be Kareem Hunt another day. Realistically speaking, in the best possible situation for Kansas City, Pacheco is your main back, your bell cow, and Kareem Hunt comes in short yardage situations. And you get the best of both of them that way. But with that being said, I think that you got a good thing going either way. If Kareem Hunt is feeling it, if he's feeling himself that day, then roll with Kareem Hunt. I think you're doing fine with either stretch. Hunt, he started off the year really strong, but we've seen that number kind of come down in recent weeks, 3.6 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns, 728 yards. I think the Chiefs have gotten more than what they paid for with Kareem Hunt, with the expectation, considering this guy was sitting on the sidelines just looking for a job a few weeks ago. Now, when it comes to the offensive line, DJ Humphries, we saw him in one game before he got hurt. And the question becomes, all right, if Humphries does get healthy and he's ready to go, do you slide him back into the left tackle position, or do you keep Joe Thuney there? And Joe Thuney has done a really good job moving over from his natural position of the left guard spot over to the left tackle position. You can see his grades across the board. He's one of the highest graded offensive linemen in all of football this season with a 79.7 overall grade, a pass block grade of 81.9, a run block grade of 73.1. And the Chiefs' offensive line over the last few weeks, although the run blocking has been questionable, the pass blocking's been so good that you have to ask yourself, okay, let's say DJ Humphries gets healthy here. Do you move Joe Thuney back to the left guard spot and potentially mess with that rhythm you've created the last few weeks? Or do you go ahead and keep him at the left tackle position and have Humphries come in to be able to rotate in and out? That's a question the Chiefs have to ask themselves. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the correct answer is. But I trust Andy Reid. He's earned our trust to make these decisions, to work through it one way through or another in these circumstances. Who should start at left tackle? If you're the Kansas City Chiefs and both Humphries and Joe Thuney are healthy here, what would you do? Type DJ for DJ Humphries. Type JT for Joe Thuney. Weigh in the comment section and let us know. For continuing Kansas City Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report. If you're looking for a New Year's resolution, how about this one? This is the year I am going to subscribe to the channel. I think that works out pretty well. Subscribe now for free. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.